All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. This continues to be KUN News Extra, and we thank you as always for watching. Happy holidays to you and yours once again. The gentleman joining me now, you undoubtedly recognize him, Mr. Vince Regis, a teacher at Southern High School, and might I add, fresh off of his win at the 2014 KUN Care Force Honors Award for doing great things perpetuating the Chamorro culture. Vince, great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
And congratulations again on the very well-deserved award that you
Yeah,
won.
definitely humbled and honored. I was pleasantly surprised, but truly thankful that I was recognized.
And apropos, because what we're talking about tonight is a event coming up at Southern High School
Yes.
to exhibit a lot of the talents that the kids down there have.
Yes.
And let's start with kind of the obvious question, because very negative press has befallen your school and the Southern High community of late. You know, there have been some fights, and there have been, you know, the conditions of the campus, you know, for years and years. They said, you know, like it started out as this jewel of the South, and then it became, you know, there were funding issues, and then there was structural stuff and everything. So what is the condition, and what, more so, what is the spirit of the Southern High student body and of the faculty right now?
Yeah, well, definitely, you know, as statistics show that that out of the 100% student population, only 2% is really the ones that are doing the videos and of the violence. So what we wanted to do with this production is actually to promote that, or to share that to our island community, that not everyone in Southern High, or not everyone in the school system actually does these fights. Now, we know that fights happen, but it's the glamorization of social media, or of violence in social media, that we are trying to downplay. So with this production, we actually came in there and thought, you know what, we needed to kind of change that trajectory. We needed to be able to say, you know, that yes, there are these fights and stuff, but at the same time, we wanted to try to influence many of the students to not film it, or not to that it's not really something that you would increase in your social status, or your social, you know, in your social network. That it's not really that cool to have that. So we wanted to create a play that kind of and a production that was able to address those issues and hit the critical areas and critical issues that our young folks are facing. So, you know, one of the great things is that we're doing this wave on Thursday. And in the beginning, the wave was just to, okay, let's just promote the production. But we ended up telling it to the superintendent. He went and he pitched it to other schools, and now the entire island-wide GDOE schools will be out on December 11th to promote peace, and to stop to hopefully diminish or decrease the glamorization of violence in social media.
That is fantastic. And hopefully to combat that, and, you know, kind of like flip the script, as they say, you know, hopefully you guys will be doing a lot of social media at that event, because like you said, I mean, 2% of the island, of the school's population get involved in that violent activity. However, because the appearance of social media makes everybody think that that's what 98% of the student body is into and everything. So hopefully with the tidal wave of these pictures and everybody out there being happy and being positive, that'll kind of show what the spirit really is.
Exactly, and the people that, I mean, and the students at Southern High are great. I mean, we're known to be very respectful down there, and we all, just like all schools, need a beacon of hope to kind of catapult and jolt our youth and in whatever we're doing. So hopefully with this production that we're doing, is we're not just showing our talent, but we're actually using it to serve a greater good. And by, you know, like one of the parts of the play, or of the production, is this play called Taifi Nakpo. We call it the Southern High School Musical, which actually takes the Legend of the Flame Tree, and as you know, it's the Romeo and Juliet story, but we contemporize it. And we also Chamorroize it. So you're going to see a lot of Chamorro innuendos and a lot of slang that fit the young generation.
Speaking of hashtags, everybody out there, start using that hashtag Chamorroize. Hashtag, you know, we can do some cool stuff. Let's get that trending.
Hashtag Chamorroize. I think some of the new tags that we're also doing is better things to tweet. So, you know, hashtag that. Hashtag like the right, not the fight. You know, those are other hashtags that we want to put out there. And like peace, and unlike hate. So those are the three hashtags. Again, if you come out to the wave, everyone's invited to come out and join us. I believe the superintendent, we also made a call out to all the senators out there. So hopefully we'll be able to get as much press as possible, or much support as possible. But again, because we need to change the trajectory. Everyone's focused on the violence. And you can have 10 great things, but one thing can taint the entire thing. And I know because that has personally happened to myself, happened to many people. So if you change the trajectory, you change your attitude towards it, and you look at the more positive side, then I think everything else becomes a little bit more easier.
Now, as far as the play, is it going to be kind of like a grab bag of the different students' various skills, kind of like, like sequentially, or is there a narrative and it's all like a consistent story throughout?
Yeah, well, the first part, again, is kind of, we're bringing in some of, again, Southern's great talent, Southern High School's great talent. That's going to be the first 45 minutes. By the way, the host for Thursday and Friday is Miss Guam Universe, current Miss Guam Universe, Brittany Mesa Bell, as well as PXC Bantamweight champion, Kyle Uggan. And so we wanted to, again, show that, and both Kyle and Brittany are both in support of this, again, the promoting of peace and the promoting of nonviolence. And so the first part is actually going to be a talent show. So you're going to have singers and dancers, and I believe there's even going to be a comedic act. And then the second part, we're going to actually do a production under the Southern High School Inat Nungapago program. So you'll see, again, we'll be doing songs from Mike Luguatnia, doing songs from like a KC song. So again, something a little bit more contemporary and lighthearted, but still being able to address some of the critical issues facing our youth today.
I'm assuming that photography and video will be allowed.
Yes, yes, definitely. You know why? The more people know about what we're doing, the better. So we're definitely, if you want to have your, of course, if you sell it, right, then that's a different intention. But definitely bring your families and friends, because it's going to be it's just going to be a nice start. And it's Southern High's first fall production, so we're really excited about that.
First of many, hopefully.
Yeah, first of many, first of many.
Well, you just used a word a couple seconds ago, Vince, when you said sell it and everything. So as a educator and as a mentor to these young men and women, how tough a sell was it when you said, we want to do something that shows that we're not all, into the violence, and we're not all into, that kind of, exhibitionism and everything like that.
Yeah.
Was it a tough sell, or did the kids just kind of like respond and say, yeah, we're behind that, because we don't want that to be our legacy?
Yeah, well, yes. It wasn't a tough sell. I think it was a sell that the students needed to know that there was an option. They needed to know, because when you first think about it, of course, it's normal and curiosity. Just like Jerry Springer and some of these other conflict shows and dramas, we tend to want to know. But in our heart of hearts, we know that it's not right. So it wasn't a difficult sell. I just needed to open the heart, and I needed to open the option to, hey, let's not look at that. Let's look at this, and let's try to promote this. And I'm just grateful that everyone decided to jump on board. Now, not just the Southern High School, not just our students and faculty at Southern High, but now the entire island. So the wave and the production is really, really, really going to address a bigger cause for our island. And I'm so excited for that.
Okay, Vince, well, thanks a lot.
You're very welcome.
A pleasure as always. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We're going to meet some of the kids who will be involved in Southern's Got Talent right when we come back. Stay tuned.
Sizos Masi.